most famous physical therapist on the internet.
Staying alive. Hi, folks. I'm Bob Schrupp, physical therapist. Wake up, Brad.
Brad Heineck, physical therapist.
Together we are the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
In our opinion, of course, Bob.
We'll talk about that later, Brad.
That's
What
right.
we're going to talk about now is how to use a massage gun. Plus, we're doing a massive giveaway.
Massive?
Well, fairly massive.
Kind of like the cornucopia?
That's right. Your favorite term.
The bounty of the, what is that? Bounty? Whatever. Keep going.
Thanksgiving bounty.
Yeah,
probably.
there you go.
All right. We're giving away 5 massage guns. Well, really 1 handheld massager and 4 massage guns.
Right.
And the way I see it, Brad, 1 person gets all these.
Whoa.
Yeah.
One person.
Yep. And so that person, their top 5 Christmas list is done.
So they can re-gift them.
Sure.
There you go. It's going to save them a lot of money, and they're going to have happy people.
But in order to win, you're going to have to sign up and go to bobandbrad.com, go to the giveaway section, and you can sign up there, or you can sign up on Facebook. It'll be pinned to the top of the page.
There you go. It could be the Horn of Plenty.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that right. You want to talk about what else we have, Brad?
Oh, yes. We have the podcasts out there, and they are going great guns. Let me tell you what. We have outstanding speakers, experts from all over the world.
Yes. Okay. So we're going to talk about how to use a massage gun, basically.
Right.
We're first going to talk about this model. Actually, is a handheld massager, we call it.
Sure.
Now, this is more for, it's less expensive. What is it, about $40?
Yep, right in that range.
Maybe on sale too. It's for slighter builds, which I mean, people who are not as big as, bulky.
Right. Elderly people,
Right.
people that don't have as much muscle mass.
Yeah, because the amplitude
Mm-hmm.
and the stall force, we'll talk about those.
Yep.
Brad, maybe you want to explain them?
Well, the amplitude is the distance that the head travels back and forth.
Right.
The more aggressive gun, the more the amplitude or the greater the travel.
Now, the stall force is when you push down, how much pressure does it take to stall it out?
Right.
To stop it.
Mm-hmm.
Some of these you can't even stop, can you?
Very difficult, yeah.
Yeah.
And I've tested extensively 2 of these in particular with some really extensive tests. But this one,
It stalls pretty easy. Right now the battery ran out, so we can't even show you. But it's very adequate when you're using the handle.
right?
I mean, you can't push that hard when you use the handle anyway.
You're never going to stall it out unless you use it incorrectly, the way it's not meant to be designed. But it's more than adequate for what it's designed for.
Yeah, and the advantage is it does have a handle, so
Right.
you can hit the entire back if you have some range of motion in your shoulders.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
So it's really a great device for, again, the slight person, the elderly person. It does have 5 heads.
You
6
can't
heads?
say skinny person.
Skinny person, sure.
No. Oh yeah, I got them in my hands, Bob.
1, 2, 3,
There,
4,
there,
5.
there. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yep. 5 heads.
Yeah.
They rotate on. It's got different modes.
Right.
It's, so
And it's pretty.
yeah.
It's got a cute little carrier handle, not case, but look at that.
My mother-in-law really likes using this on her feet.
Did you give it to her?
Yeah, I did.
So you got some points
Yeah,
there.
I try
Excellent.
to always
Nice work.
buy friends, buy family. It all works. All right, next, let's talk about massage guns in general now.
Yeah.
So we have 4 different
4
massage guns,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna just put my map.
We're gonna start with the biggest one or the smallest one?
Let's start with the biggest one.
The big one. There you go. Look at that. This one is it's got the most amplitude, the highest stall force. It's got a bigger battery, and it's got a stainless steel head, which even makes it a little more aggressive.
And that head actually screws on.
Yes.
The other heads actually just go through interference fit, right?
Right. Yep. They have a little rubber O-ring that it works quite well, but this even gives you a little more positive connection to the gun.
So the question is, how do you use a massage gun? This is how we generally use it. I like to massage sore muscles.
Mhm.
That's probably one of the big things,
Yep.
right? I like to use it. I use it prior to some exercise.
Sure.
events. I mean,
Yep.
I had a friend who has got some golfer's elbow,
Yep.
and he actually massages his forearm before he golfs, and
Mhm.
it did keep him out of trouble this year. I
Good.
mean, it kept him. because last year he had
Kept
to
him
stop,
on the course
yeah,
too.
he had to stop golfing because of
Mhm.
last year.
Ooh.
They did do studies. It does increase range of motion. So if you they did on the calf, it increased the range of motion of the calf by loosening up the muscle, and it also loosens up stiff muscles. Not a surprise.
Right. So the calf doesn't have range of motion. We're talking really about the ankle that the calf
Right.
connects to. So if the muscle relaxes more, the joint that's associated with it is going to increase range, and so that worked
Very
with me.
interesting though, Brad.
Oh
It
yes.
increased range of motion, but it did not increase MVC. You know what that is?
MVC. It's
Maximum voluntary contraction. So
ah.
you still had power. You still had all the power, because sometimes people are concerned when they stretch a muscle too much,
Mhm.
they lose the power. So if they can't sprint as fast, they can't jump as high, things like that.
Yeah. For example, typically with long static stretches, 30 seconds or so, it's going to lengthen the muscle, but it's going to make the muscle temporarily a little weaker
Right.
after the stretch.
Not very long, but
Right.
it does. And
Mhm.
I experienced that myself in long jump.
Are you going to tell that story again?
Again,
No, we should. Yeah,
you
anybody
love
want
that
to hear
one.
it?
All right, let's talk about the next one. We like to use these for cross fiber massage.
Mm-hmm.
James Sirax, he was an orthopedic physician, and he invented a lot of different techniques. And he invented cross fiber friction massage. He's considered the father of orthopedic medicine.
Mm-hmm.
And we have found quite often when you have a tendonitis, um, cross fiber really works well on it. Now you can do that with your fingers and go across the fibers of a tendon,
Mm-hmm.
but Brad kind of discovered
Well,
a good way
yeah.
to do it.
Because this particularly the bigger one, has this travel back and forth. If you go directly on the muscle, particularly if it's closer to the bone, it's going to beat it up pretty
It's going to
aggressively.
bounce
Yeah,
on it.
that's not. You want to go sideways,
Right.
and then you get that cross fiber motion, which is desirable for this treatment, and it's quite comfortable and it works well. You can kind of vary the angle, which varies the intensity as well as the speed of
And
the
if
head.
it's real tender, you can start off the area a bit and work your way towards it. You just got me, Brad.
Well, I don't care. No, yeah. So Bob is saying, up here is where the tender spot is, but it's too tender there to work. I'm going to go down here and I'm going to sneak up on it.
The extensor wad.
Ah,
Yeah.
yes. Shall we get technical? People want to.
But you think, oh, I'll just do it with my hand, and you can.
Yep.
But it's amazing how you get tired.
Yeah, especially those fingers.
Yeah. And if you have arthritic fingers, it's going to be worse.
And we know because we've got a lot of experience with
so,
this.
So Sirax would often recommend doing this for 15 minutes. I don't know that I would do it for 15 minutes in a row. I'd maybe split it up.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a long time.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some of the different heads, Brad.
Oh,
okay?
yes.
So we already talked about the round one.
Yep, we got the round one, the stainless steel,
Stainless
only
steel,
for the biggest
only
gun.
for the biggest gun. The airhead is probably
Ooh.
the most popular head that
I've been called an airhead.
yeah,
Just killing me.
Jughead.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go ahead and use this when you're gonna go around bony promises.
Sure.
Like if you're gonna go near the elbow joint or if you're gonna go near the wrist. One thing we never recommend is massaging on the neck because
Right.
it's all bone and you just rattle your cage.
Well, you got muscle over on your neck, but
Yeah.
it's still just stay away from the neck. They're too aggressive.
Yeah.
They're way too
Yeah.
aggressive.
And-
Even I don't even use this one on the neck. I actually, when I first used one of these, I used the slow one on a patient, and boy, did he was not happy with
You can
me.
tell the story again?
No, I'm done.
All right. Same thing when you get around the knee. You can get it right up to the knee. It doesn't bother. You could go over the knee even. It just doesn't bother.
And it doesn't do any good.
No, it doesn't.
To go over the bone.
Right.
I just wanted to show how easy these go in and out of.
Yep, they pop in,
interchange
pop
on
out.
all these.
So how about the bullet head? This one's really quite aggressive.
Yeah.
I like to use this one to really work the muscles before I work out, and later on I like to do it at night.
Sure.
Right before I go to bed. I really like to work the muscles that are all sore and get ready for sleep. And
Really?
yeah,
Well, that's interesting. I've never used this one. I have, but it's too aggressive for me.
no,
I may use this one. It's similar, but it's got more surface area. I do like this one.
I like this one because it glides over your clothes.
Yes.
Where this doesn't glide as well.
Yeah.
That does.
And then the field goal one, it's football season. We never use this one.
No, I don't.
It
I
doesn't.
really haven't used it.
There are some applications for it that may work going over, like on the Achilles tendon. You might
Right.
use it
Or
here.
maybe along the spine.
Yeah, but be
So-
careful with it because it is pretty aggressive, and you don't want to. You'll feel it if you hit a bone.
By the way, getting back to you doing this at night, that was
Yeah.
Brad Walker's idea. He's the stretching guy, remember?
I remember Brad.
Yeah.
I can remember his name.
Remember his
even.
name, yeah. All right. So the thing that we have found about massages, at least I've found, I've given away, I'd say close to 50 of these now.
Sure.
I'm buying friends, I'm buying family, is that everybody loves them.
Yeah.
I mean,
They
I
do.
haven't found anybody that hasn't really, been pretty wild about them, really.
Yeah.
I mean, they're very enthusiastic.
I have
about
some
'em.
friends. They literally were eating at a restaurant, and she pulls this thing out of her purse, and she had a tight knot back there, and it's like, well, I realized it was ours. Well, yeah, show everyone.
Oh, show that's the one.
This-
We
yeah.
didn't talk about this one.
Well, we did the large one, and then both of these are actually quite similar.
Yeah, one has a little more amplitude.
This
and
one.
you can look at the chart actually on Amazon. They all have the
I
same
think it's
chart.
just 1 millimeter.
Yeah, 2, I think it is.
Is it 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. They're
think it's
both
8
pretty
versus 10.
similar. This one is a little stronger, a little more amplitude
Yeah,
than
a
this
little
one.
more.
It's a little bigger, but not too much. But for most
So
people,
the C2 and the
T2.
T2.
Mhm,
Okay.
Yeah, they're kind of like twins.
And that's a T6.
Yep.
And this is the Q2. I always think cutie.
Yeah.
You know,
This is probably my favorite one
it is.
because
It's a cool one.
it really has a lot of power and amplitude for its size.
Yes.
It's a little cheaper. And yeah, Tanner says it's
Yeah.
often. I have never had anybody not like this one.
Well, I like the thing is you can really apply pressure well too, because
Yeah.
the way it's designed.
And it's just easier to grab if, particularly I think for people who don't have larger hands or weaker hands, it's probably going to be more comfortable, and it's still aggressive enough where I can get deep into my larger muscles, my gluteus maximus here, and it works well, or my hamstrings, which is my trouble muscle.
Well, we talked about massage guns long enough, Brad.
Yep.
So,
Boo!
all right. Remember, Brad and I can fix just about anything.
Except for,
A broken heart.
that's right. And a massage gun,
well, it might make you
well,
work.
I
injure
don't know if
somebody's
it's going to
heart.
help out. It's not helping.
All right.